Good evening, Christina Espinosa, TFG Ministries. I wanted to talk about prior to my deliverance. It happened when I would look at people, right, and I would be hearing these voices, right, and then I would look at their mouth, and their mouth wouldn't be moving, and I didn't know what to expect, and I got in my car, I was just driving crazy because everywhere I was hearing these voices, and then I would stop at a stop sign, and then these cars would be like at the four-way stop, and then they were saying, "Get her, get her, get her," "Kill her, kill her," and these voices, I didn't know what they were, and I wrestled with these voices for many hours. I started talking to these voices, who are you guys? Who are you guys? I didn't know who they were, Um, I, I never knew, I never knew that we're not alone, and then, I kept asking them, who are you guys, and then finally, I said, how do you guys know me, and they told me, we known you from when you were a child, and I was still like wondering, who are these people? Who are they? And then I just wrestled with them for hours. They kept saying, "We're coming to get you. We're coming to get you." And then I would hear like a rush of footsteps running towards me, and I had a knife in my hand because I was feared, I was going to kill them if they were going to come, and then they kept saying they were going to take my children and all that, and then I just kept saying, who are you guys? Tell me, and it was like three different voices, and then all of a sudden, the one, it was a male voice, he said, we're the devil's association. And when I heard that, I really didn't know too much about all this because I didn't even really believe in it. I didn't even know it exists, and then I heard another voice said, you told her, and I was just like, I couldn't believe what I heard, and I was still being tormented, and then the devil tried to take me out, I was like racing, trying to get away from these voices. They kept saying, don't worry, just kill yourself, just kill yourself, just kill yourself. And, and you won't hear us anymore. You won't hear us, And I was just trying to get away. And then one time I was driving frantically not on the freeway, but on a main country road, and my children were with me, and I had stopped at a stop sign and I was getting ready to go, and all of a sudden this semi truck, boom, like hit me on the side of my car, it was a semi truck, and it didn't have no lights, and it was evening, and it just kept going and never came back to see if I was okay or anything, and then that's when I heard a voice, the Lord saved her, the Lord saved her, and to this day, I want to believe it was angels, I'm not really sure what it was, but that was like, that was terrifying, and then it was just a couple other times, I would be in my house, and then I could just hear all these voices just like coming. When I would go upstairs, they'd come running upstairs, and they'd be in the same room talking to me and saying, I'm nothing, I'm nothing. You know what you used to do and all this. It would remind me of all the things I used to do. And then like a couple of times I took drugs, and then I could hear these demons talking to me saying, oh, do you think she's going to OD this time? Do you think she's going to OD? And then this other demon would say, oh, no, she's not going to OD. She's not going to OD. Oh, maybe next time, maybe next time. And I kept hearing these things, these voices would talk about the, the men that I was seeing, I had, male friends, they talked about the music I liked, they talked about the way I dress, though just they talked about everything, and I felt like, oh my gosh, I felt these like voices all around me, And like again on my short testimony, my mom had preachers praying for me and stuff, and the same thing, would happen. I was still fearful. These things kept saying, "Okay, we let you live another day. Okay, we're gonna kill you now. We're gonna kill you now." And I was just so tormented. I didn't know what to do, and like, I knew of God, but I didn't believe in God, and I didn't know there was a devil for sure until he came to try to claim my soul, and then that's when my mom stepped in. I believe my mom, I'm so thankful to God because he used my mom to bring me back. And then that's where I was delivered. I went to church, but I didn't receive Christ right then and there. I still continued to sin, and these voices still came with me saying, "You don't deserve to go to church. You shouldn't even go to church because you're still sinning. God doesn't love you, and God ain't gonna use you, or anything like that." But then I just continued to go to church. And I wasn't reading my Bible yet. I mean, I would open it when the preacher would bring in the sermon. And then, like, also, I noticed when I would be in church, I would hear all these voices, like I couldn't, I felt like people were watching me, and then just talking, and then I would turn around and I wouldn't even see those people's lips moving or anything. And I just kept hearing all these different types of spirits, and I thought I was going crazy. And then all at one time, my mom said, "Let's go seek help. Let's go get help." So I had went inside of a mental hospital, and that's when I heard even more voices. And I said, "No, mom, no, mom, I'm not going here." So I had left. And then my mom, had took me to a couple more preachers, and then one of the preachers had prayed for me, and he had told me that I was being oppressed by the devil. I was being oppressed by the demons. Demons were surrounding me, just surrounding me, and I needed to change, and I needed to call out to the Lord, and he prayed with me. And I mean, it didn't happen right away because I still was being tormented. And then there's one night at my house, I just kept being tormented by demons constantly, constantly. They're just putting me down constantly, and I started crying, and then that's when I just called out to the Lord, and I said, "Lord, help me, Lord, help me, Lord, please stop these voices, stop them." And then all of a sudden, I don't know if it's a still voice. I still can't explain it, but you know, it spoke to me. It said, "Read your Bible. Learn the scriptures to defeat the enemy." And I had 13 spirits in the house. And three of them I had brought back. And I had brought back the music spirit, the drug spirit, and the Egyptian spirit. And he told me, to show my love, continue on to read the word, continue on to read the word, to speak in tongues because the devil does not understand. And he just told me to show my love for others, and then he talked about my children, and he just kept, I felt peace. I felt peace, like it was gone, and then, let's see, not too long ago, after that, that's when I had prayed on the couch. Well, I asked the Lord to change me, and that's when I started crying and stuff, and then the next morning, I was a changed person, but I was still being tormented, because I know those spirits had to go, but they weren't going to go right away. And that's mainly, that's like about my deliverance. I'm going to continue on with the next video, about how things still happen. I continue to have dreams. I had like maybe 35 dreams, spiritually cleansing our house, and cleaning the inside of our bodies, and that's about